In this video, we're breaking down every missile used in the Vietnam War. Before we go further, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Starting with surface-to-air missiles. The most feared missile of the war was the S-75 Divina, known to NATO as the SA-2 Guideline. Supplied by the Soviet Union to Vietnam to support the SA-2 network, North Vietnam also employed V-750 variants, improved versions with better fusing and guidance, making SAM belts around Hanoi increasingly deadly. Late in the war, limited numbers of the SA-3 GOA were introduced for low-altitude defense. While less impactful than the SA-2, man-portable air defense appeared with the Strela-2, also known as SA-7 Grail. This shoulder-fired missile threatened helicopters and low-flying aircraft, changing battlefield tactics in the later stages of the war. Next, let's talk about anti-radar and SEAD missiles used by United States. To counter North Vietnam's SAM network, the US rushed anti-radiation missiles into combat. The AGM-45 Shrike became the first operational missile designed to home in on radar emissions. The AGM-78 Standard Arm followed, offering longer range, higher speed, and improved lethality. The AGM-88 Harm did not enter service during Vietnam, but its development was directly shaped by lessons learned from Shrike and Standard during the war. Now let's talk about air-to-air missiles. The AIM-9 Sidewinder became the most widely used air-to-air missile of the conflict. The radar-guided AIM-7 Sparrow was heavily relied upon by the US Air Force and Navy. Its mixed performance highlighted the gap between missile theory and real-world combat. Now let's talk about air-to-air missiles used in North Vietnam. North Vietnamese MiG aircraft were armed primarily with Soviet missiles. The K-13, known to NATO as the AA-2 Atoll, equipped MiG-17 and MiG-21 and scored several confirmed kills. The RS-2 US, or AA-1 Alkali, was an early beam-riding missile used in limited numbers. Its guidance system proved difficult to employ effectively in combat. Now let's talk about air-to-ground missiles used by United States. The Vietnam War introduced the first generation of precision strike missiles. The AGM-12 Bullpup was manually guided by pilots, requiring extreme concentration while under fire. The AGM-62 Walleye, a television-guided glide weapon, allowed pilots to lock onto targets before release. It represented a major leap toward modern smart weapons. The AGM-65 Maverick was developed during the Vietnam era, but did not see widespread combat use before the war ended. Now talking about naval and anti-ship missiles. While dedicated anti-ship missiles were not widely used in Vietnam, the AGM-84 Harpoon was still in development, but naval strike concepts tested in Vietnam influenced its eventual deployment. Now let's talk about the experimental and rarely used missiles. Several missile systems were developed or prepared during Vietnam, but saw little to no combat use. The AGM-69 SRAM was designed for strategic bombing missions, influenced by Cold War tensions overlapping the Vietnam era. Thank you for watching and see you in the next amazing video.